Breaking right now, West 2 has just learned George Zimmerman's attorney has officially filed a motion to delay his trial.
This news comes as Mark O'Mara announced an aggressive new fundraising effort. West 2's Bob Keeling joins us now. So, Bob, what does this all mean?
Well, Jim, according to O'Mara, it's the slow pace of getting discovery evidence along with money woes that have led him to file this motion to delay the trial. They hope to be ready, he says, by December. Also, the defense is now announcing an aggressive fundraising effort where they hope to raise $30,000 a month. Otherwise, they'll have to ask to have Zimmerman declared indigent.
We need the money, and we need it now.
Mark O'Mara today announced an aggressive new fundraising appeal. He says George Zimmerman is broke. His defense fund has just a few $1,000s left in it, and lawyers need to begin hiring myriad experts to mount Zimmerman's defense.
I think we can justify what it was spent on and why it was spent and the necessity for spending it, and that it's gone.
So where did it go? On their website, O'Mara says $95,000 went to bonding Zimmerman out of jail, more than $60,000 spent on living expenses, another $56,000 on security, $40,000 on the O'Mara firm and extra support staff, another $35,000 on case-related expenses.
George is without money. So that view of it, he should be declared indigent if he requests it, and the state should assist in his funding.
So what would that cost taxpayers? Well, after she was declared indigent, Casey Anthony's defense billed the state $147,000. The court jailed Zimmerman this summer for being deceptive about his defense fund, and legal expert Jeff Dean says the judge will require reams of documentation before declaring him indigent.
The judge is going to be particular about asking him about his assets before she authorizes an expenditure this size for somebody that had the money already.
And to repeat our breaking news in the Zimmerman case, at this hour, his attorney Mark O'Mara is filing a motion to delay his second-degree murder trial. We'll have more on that at 5 o'clock. Also new at 6, why Zimmerman's physical appearance now may hinder his defense later.
There's no question that George, in large part because he's been in hiding, and is suffering from whatever effects happen when you're in a traumatic event of taking somebody's life, that has affected him in the fact that he's gained 100 pounds or so in weight. And that's going to have to be explained to a jury. The jury's going to have to look at him, what he was back at 190 pounds or whatever that was, rather than 100 pounds heavier or whatever it might be when we eventually get to a trial. Certainly it's going to have to be something where we will have to show to a jury or explain to a jury that he is not who he presents to you now. Let's say he weighs 290 pounds or 300 pounds. He was, in fact, 195 pounds, 190 pounds, 185 pounds, whatever it was, back then. And you're going to have to look at the circumstances back then. If you're asking me the question, would I rather he be the exact same weight at trial that he was at the event? Absolutely. I don't want the jury to have to think through more than they otherwise have to think through, but it's the reality we'll deal with.
Have you asked him, George, you got a lot of time on your hands, have you considered maybe working out a little more, or just, it would be good for your health anyway, it would be a good way to work off some of the stress and the tension. Have you asked him or told him, hey, maybe it's a good idea to try to lose some weight?
I think he understands the concern. I don't think that he is voluntarily gaining a great deal of weight. I think this is something that is weighing on him harshly, no pun intended, and that it is showing itself with weight gain and other, maladies that he's going through.